Hi all, so testing out a new camera, so we're going to have to see how colour balance and things, but I think it tracks me much better. And this doesn't have a time limit on it because it's an actual camcorder, so I hopefully won't forget to have to redo it every 20 minutes because the amount of times I forget is a nightmare. I can't actually see the time on this thing because of the light. Nope, I can't see, so we're just going to guess that it's recording well. Let me test, hold on. Yeah, the thing changes, so I'm definitely recording. I'm also testing out a mic, so we're going to see if the sound's any better. Just reinstalled software I used for one of my modules, Audacity, but I've got a newer version, which I'll link up in my editor to hopefully give better sound, though the sound on this camera might be fine, I don't know. You have to excuse the cough. But anyway, today's video is the tag video that's been going around, so 10 non-yarny things about me, and it's taken me a while to do it because I'm struggling to find 10 interesting facts about me. I'm a very boring person, but I found some. Some of them you already know, and others you may not know. So I've just done them anyway. We can see if I can get the pad to lay down so I can actually read them, because I wrote them down because I'll forget. We all know what I'm like. So the first thing is I'm a twin. Me and my sister are the eldest of 6 kids. There's 4 younger than us, which I know some of you do know, but I'm not sure if all of you know. So my twin sister Leanne is 4 minutes older than me, and she never lets me forget. But there's actually 3 of each of us. So there's me and my twin sister, and then the next person is my brother Stuart, who is 2 years younger than me. Then my brother Chris, who's 5 years younger than me. Then it's my sister Katie, who is 9 years younger than me, and then my brother Dennis, who is 10 years younger than me. So once I put them out, Katie and Dennis are actually with different dads than the rest of us. My dad's actually passed away a while ago now, 15 years or so now, so it's been a while. But he saw the other 2 as his kids. As well. He treated them like his own. He never treated any of us different, even though they came after, which was lovely. And my youngest sister greatly missed him when he died, because to her it was her dad who died. But yeah, so there's 6 of us. And then obviously I have 3 children. My twin sister has 4 children. The next brother Stuart has none, but Chris has 3 children, Katie has 1, and Dennis has 3. So the family is quite large. My mum was technically one of 7, but one passed, so there's one of 6 now. And my dad, I think he was one of 6, I'm not sure, I don't know the whole side of that family, things go on, you know how it goes. So yeah, quite a large family. I wanted a large family, but I wasn't capable of having one. Things went a little wrong, and I've got 3 children that I wasn't even supposed to be able to have, so I'm not complaining. But I couldn't have any more than that without risk to myself and the baby's life, so we stopped at 3. So yeah, so a little bit about my family, I suppose. Okay, so second one is, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned, I'm actually a qualified hairdresser. But I don't practice doing hairdressing anymore because my health means I can't do it. I actually got my first hairdressing job at 13, working in the hospital at Otterstock Hospital, now called Salisbury Hospital, helping Robert, who used to do it there. He may still do it, I don't know. But we used to go around, do patients' hair, the patients come to us and we do their hair, that sort of. And then when school work experience come along, so that was what, 15? When I was 15, so 2 years later. I got a job at a local salon in town, and they kept me on after the work experience, and I studied with them until I finished school and I went to college and done hairdressing there, at which point I got fired. because I went to college and didn't do the apprenticeship with them. They actually fired me because I took one day off sick. But oh well. And then I ended up on maternity leave for part of that course, and then I went back after to finish. So yeah, I am qualified as a hairdresser, but I don't work. I'm also qualified as a body piercer. When I lived down in Plymouth, one of the body piercing people down there was doing a course to qualify, and I took it for a bit of fun. I don't do anything below the waist, so I don't do any sexual piercings or anything. That's a whole different training, and there's no way I was doing it. But otherwise I can do body piercing, but I don't do that anymore either. But it was fun to do. It was an interesting thing to do. At that point I had my 2 ears pierced. I've only got one now, the other one's closed up. Also had my eyebrow pierced and my belly button pierced. I never wanted my tongue done. I don't like nose piercings. So I'm not really a particularly good advertisement for body piercing. But I could do it. I just choose not to do it anymore either. You know, there's a lot of health and safety and checks and, you know, with sharps and things, and it's more than I'm capable of doing nowadays. Let's see, what else? I have a diploma in herbal medicine. It's quite old now, and I haven't practiced doing any of that stuff, but I still use it in my everyday life and help family and friends out where I can, but I don't practice in herbal remedies community. I'd like to go back to doing it, but I need new qualifications, you know, better qualifications than you got back then. I studied it many years ago before there wasn't really many proper governing bodies around. Now there's much better governing bodies, and I'd have to do one of their approved courses to get insurance, which I'd like to do one day. It's just finding time, money, health, energy, all that stuff, you know. But I'm not ruling it out. I hope to do it again one day sometime. And then of course I'm currently doing my degree. This will be my first degree. After finishing college and that, I had 2 children by this point. I just went straight into work. I didn't do uni or anything. So yeah, I'm doing my degree now, because I always said to my boys I wanted them to have degrees and get the best in life, and as far as I'm concerned I have to practice what I preach, so I started doing my degree. I'm just doing my last level 2, so my second level 2 module. I'm doing it through the Open University, so I'm working part-time, so each year I do 1 module, and I need 2 modules per year. So 2 at level 1, 2 at level 2, 2 at level 3 in order to finish. So I'm just finishing my second level 2 module, so I have 2 level 3 modules to finish before I do my degree. So I will start my first level 3 in October this year, and then my second in October next year, providing I pass everything. So that's why I'm always studying. I'm doing an actual degree. It's not one of these pay for a degree, don't do any work type things that people think it is. This is a proper degree that you would get if you went to a normal brick university, but it's for people who can't go to normal brick universities for varying reasons. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully have a degree in a couple of years. What I'll do with that, I ain't got a clue. I hope to be able to go back to work, but it depends if I ever get well enough. But hopefully one day. So, jobs. Obviously I've done hairdressing a lot, but I've also been a waitress, a kitchen assistant, a barmaid, a cleaner, a chambermaid, a food court assistant and a shop assistant. I've had a lot. When you're a young person raising children on your own, you take whatever job you can get, and a lot of places would automatically dismiss me because I was a young person with a child. Some wouldn't even give me an application form. So I took whatever jobs I can get, and I'd done any job that I could get. And so, yeah, I've had a wide range of work. Though, funny enough, Tesco's wouldn't hire me. They hired my twin sister, they hired my brothers, and they hired my mother, but they wouldn't hire me. But I've done a lot of other jobs, and, you know, it's actually made it interesting. Oh, and I've also done, excuse me, arts and crafts teacher. I was a volunteer arts and crafts teacher at an after-school club. One of the local council estates they have a hall for people to do things, and the council ran a after school club for the kids there, and I used to help teach arts and crafts. I went there to start with as a basic volunteer, and by the time I left I was doing the arts and crafts side of it. I was teaching them all out, coming up with all the work and showing them all. But then they decided that they were going to pay someone to take over doing the arts and crafts teaching, because she had a proper qualification, and I could become her assistant if I wanted, still on a volunteer basis. And so I quit. I didn't really care that she was being paid. I didn't go there for the money, I went there to help. What I cared about is that I volunteered there for 2 years teaching those kids, got them to trust me, got them to learn, and some of them made real huge leaps and bounds in their behaviour because they were being supported and doing things they loved. And then they just said, oh no, we'll give someone who's not worked with them, you know. And from what I gather, most of the kids actually left and went back to their old ways of misbehaving, and that once I left they didn't like it. It wasn't the same. They changed all the rules around, making the kids do what they didn't want to do instead of letting them have free run of learning, and letting off steam and things. So I'm glad I left when I did, because I would not have wanted to be there to see the growth of these children be squashed back down again. So, but I miss it. I miss teaching them. They were wonderful children, and that's actually what made me start my YouTube channel, is I miss teaching arts and crafts. And so I will be getting back to that. So what was that? That was, what, 3? Well, 4's kind of related to 3 in job-wise. I was actually a child actress. Me and my twin sister did extras on films up until we were 9, and I also did theatre work. It was quite funny. When I was 8, I was playing a 3-year-old. I was tiny. I was really tiny. But yeah, I've done theatre and extras on TV and films. Some did have lines, but they got cut. You know how it is when you're extras. Others were just in the background doing things. We also did photography work for that. I'm guessing it was I was too young to understand at the time, but I'm guessing it was like when films and TV shows show old photos either on the walls or flashbacks. I did the old photography work, as in I got to be the little kids on the grandpa's lap and all those sort of things. So yeah, it was an interesting childhood. I really did enjoy acting, and it was something I wanted to pursue more but couldn't, along with dancing. And then as you got older, you know, real life gets in the way and I couldn't do it. And now, with my memory problems, I'd never be able to do it, let alone working those long hours. I couldn't do that nowadays. So it was quite nice when my middle son went into acting, but then he quit that. But okay, so actually that leads into my 5th one. I have 3 boys. Those who don't know, I am married and I have 3 wonderful boys. My oldest, Kurt, is 21 and stays off camera. He never likes to be on camera. My middle one, Reese, is 19 and not currently speaking to me. Excuse me, sorry. He did something that I greatly disagree with, and I made him aware of that and that he has consequences for what he done, and so now he's not talking to me. But one day hopefully he'll forgive me and realise I'm doing it for his own good, and that what he done not only was illegal, but it's just wrong in every sense. Quite frankly, I'll tell you what he did. He was pulled over one night driving without insurance and had cocaine on him. which he'd been helping his friends get. So I kicked him out, which I know is harsh, but there's no need for it. He had a job, he had a roof, he had no need to go into that sort of life, and he chose to do it. He's got to have the consequences that go with it. He's supposedly sorting himself out now, so hopefully he'll talk to me again one day, but he needed to learn that wasn't acceptable behaviour. And then I have a 13-year-old, so I've got 21-year-old, 19-year-old and 13-year-old, which is Mally, which a lot of you have seen. He's always helping me out. He's my little star, bless him. They're all Duncans. I have the same father for all my kids. We've been together a while. Just Cummy's weren't exactly planned. They were my little miracles that I never expected to have. And then Mally was planned but took a while. And when he actually decided to appear, I tried for a year or so to get pregnant, couldn't, so we booked our wedding. And then I think about a month later I found out I was pregnant. It was due on our wedding day. So I had to pull the wedding forward, and we actually got married on the 16th of April 2005, and Malachi was born 9 days later. So yeah, I was heavily pregnant during my wedding, which was actually Moulin Rouge themed. It was a themed wedding because I didn't see the point of having any big massive white wedding. I did wear a big white dress but it was a dress my dad had bought me before he passed away, so I was going to wear that dress, but we made some adjustments to it. My sister adjusted the back so it would actually do up on me and then I had a bright orange underskirt thing on to help with the Moulin Rouge style of it, and then once I got home I changed out of that into a different outfit for more Moulin Rouge style. In 9 months pregnant, that was fun. But I wasn't changing my wedding plans. So yeah, the 6th one, which leads in from that, is that I've been with Duncan since we were 14, so it's 24 years now. On and off, we had our ups and downs. He left me when I got pregnant with Kurt, and then he left me when I got pregnant with Reese after coming back, and then he went off to uni, and then he decided that he wanted me and the boys to move down with him, so I packed up, left, we moved down, which is when we planned the wedding and had Mally. So we've been married for 13, almost 14 years now, but we've been together on and off for 24 years. Yeah, so that's a long time. I think you get less for life now, don't you? Less for murder now, don't you? I don't know how he's not murdered me. But yeah, so we've had our ups and downs, but we're getting there slowly, and it's hard work and it's a struggle right now, but we're still trying. That's the important thing. Oh, I didn't say my boys. I home educate my boys. The older two obviously have moved on now. Kurt is actually at uni, doing 3D animation, and Reese is off at work obviously, but Mally is still being home educated. He will go to college in 3 years, give or take, and then go off to uni. He's got his plans. So yeah, that's why I have so much time to study myself, because I'm used to teaching the boys to study and discipline that goes with that. What else? Okay, number 7 I have is my crafts. As you all know about my obsession with crafts, I do a lot of different crafts, but because obviously these amount of crafts, they start to cost a bit of money. So I actually have my own craft business, not just selling what I make, but actually selling craft supplies online, and on the odd occasion I do a stall or something, but not very often. I'd like to do more, but it's just time, money, health, all that stuff, you know. So it's mostly done online. I did have an Etsy shop, but I don't agree with their fees. I closed it down. I have my own website, which is soniajonescrafts.co.uk if you want to check it out. It doesn't have everything on it. In fact, it needs majorly updating. I was working on it and things went a bit pitong. So I had to start it again because I think I mentioned on the channel the host of my thing, they weren't updating things for, I think it was the databases, I can't remember, but it was playing havoc with the content management system that I use. So we had to do some workarounds for it, so it took a little while to get sorted. But it's getting there slowly. So yeah, I do have a craft business. I did used to have a different business. I actually used to sell alternative supplies, pagan supplies, so tarot cards, incense, essential oils, runes, cauldrons, pentacles, all that sort of stuff. And I did that for quite a few years, and actually it was a really good business, but when I moved back this way, there's not quite the call for it around here because it's very I can't think of the word. Well, word that won't offend people anyway. But it's very prim and proper, and you know, you don't tend to get your goths and your, I mean, I live near Stonehenge, so you get your pagans and druids and things, but not quite to the same extent of when I lived in Plymouth, and I had a much bigger market. So yeah, we stopped doing that, and then I started the craft one up a few years later. Though I'm tempted to start on the other side of things again, because I do miss doing all of those supplies. I have a lot of crystals and things that are still left over that I need to find uses for in incense and things. I've slowly been whittling them down. But once they're all gone, I'll have to start buying them again. And I'm tempted just to go straight back to doing it wholesale and being able to sell on stuff as well. I don't know. We'll see. So what else? Number 8 is body alterations. I have 3 tattoos. I have one on this arm, which some of you've probably seen in some videos, which is a pentacle with some swirlies around it. So that's, I've always got a symbol of protection on me. And I also have a rose with Kurt and Reese on here, which I got when I was 19, I think it was, so I hadn't had Mally, so I need to get Mally added to that, maybe get a stem on it or something. And then I have Triquetra on here, which was my symbol for me and Duncan when 2 became 1. I don't believe in putting your partner's names on, because you don't know how things are going to go. Duncan's the same. He has tattoos that symbolise the children and symbolises me and him, but we don't have any names other than our children's names. Well, he doesn't even have that. I'm the only one with children's names. So I do need to get one more tattoo minimum to add Mally. But I have a whole bunch I want done. I just haven't had the chance to get them done. Or the money. And I'm a little worried. Because I had all my tattoos done before I got sick. So I don't know how much it's going to hurt to do them nowadays. I'll have to wait and see. I also don't have any body piercings left, but I mentioned them before when I was doing earlier. I'm pretty sure I told you earlier. Yeah, so I've only got the one ears left. One on each ear left. I no longer have the eyebrow or the belly button. They came out when I was pregnant with Mally and never went back in. But I wouldn't mind having them again if I ever lost the weight from a belly, that is. A cat walking through my garden. There's always one, but I just caught it at the corner of my eye and I was like, what was that? Yes, so that was 8. 9. I love horror movies. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it a few times on here. I love horror movies, and I don't have anyone else really to watch horror movies with, though my niece has moved back down. Shannon's moved back down from Scotland, and she likes horror movies, so we're going to arrange a horror movie night. But I love really good horror movies. And I'm not talking about blood and gore like Saw, no. I want actual, something that's going to actually frighten you properly rather than gross you out. So I love Poltergeist, the original. I've not seen the new, but I loved the original. I do like most of the Paranormal Activities. It got a bit silly near the end. Amityville Horrors, I thought they were quite good. The Ruins is a really weird one. It's a bad movie, but it's fun to watch. Anyone who hasn't seen that one, it's plants in in the middle of a rainforest that's obviously ruins of pyramid things, and the plants eat you. They capture you and eat you and mimic you, and it's actually quite disturbing, but it's good. I'm more of an old school horror movies than new. But it doesn't mean I don't enjoy new ones. I quite liked that new one, well, I say new, Don't Breathe. It's a few years old now, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm open to most horror movies if they're not just blood, guts and gore. That's not my thing. I don't mind a bit of blood, guts and gore, but not the whole premises of it, like Saw. No. I also love Disney and musicals. So I have a very large supply of horror, Disney and musical movies, which makes for very interesting looking on the shelves. We also have a lot of action things, because obviously Duncan and the boys like that, and Duncan loves this sci-fi, which I do like, but... So our DVD shelves are actually really quite a mixture of stuff, which makes it fun. And the last one, number 10. If you haven't guessed, I love reading. I could easily spend weeks on end away somewhere with a bunch of books. Well, my Kindle nowadays, because you can carry more books that way. But I love reading. I love most genres. Sorry. Except autobiographies. I don't tend to read them. I have enough things going on in my life without having to read what's happening in real life on other people's lives, or what's happened for other people. I'm not a celebrity chaser. I don't really care about celebrities and what they're doing. I have no interest in their life, really. My friends and my family, that's whose life I care about. And I don't need to read a book for that. I keep saying I'm sorry. But yeah, so I do read most other books. Horror, romance, magic, mystery, paranormal, supernatural, all sorts. The more books the merrier, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything, so that's my 10 basic things. I didn't bother mentioning my health, because I think by now most of you know I have health problems. A lot of health problems, and if I listed them off, we'd be here all day. So I'm skipping that. I don't know how this mic's worked. We'll find out in a minute, or whether we'll be using the sound on this thing. We'll have to wait and see. I will introduce you to the new camera at some point. It's really quite cool. In fact, I can turn this around and show you. It has a secondary camera, which can be turned around and show you the rest of things. So for vlogging, turn it back off again. For vlogging, I can now point the camera properly at things I'm looking at, but turn that little camera around so you'll see me in the bottom. So when I'm out and about, I can start doing vlogging out and about again. It's a nice little camera, actually. So that was the aim for getting this camera. I can record for longer without having to worry, and I can vlog without having to switch off the phone, turn the camera around, switch it back on again, which is a right pain in the bum. All trying to fiddly turn my this camera. It's attached to things, because this is the camera I was filming on. Let's close the lens down. Yeah, so I was filming on this one, and it's a really nice camera, but it is a photo camera. It's designed for taking photos, so it cuts off every 20 minutes from filming. I think it's about 24 minutes it cuts off, and I have lenses for that, and I got it to do photography because I did love doing photography and I haven't, so I'm going to take that back up again, and hopefully this camera will work for my vlogging from now on, and for my tutorials, because I'll be able to get better zoom on this as well. It's got a really good zoom, which I'll probably show you at some point, but it's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go and see how this edits up, and I will catch you all later. So you take care. I hope you all had a fabulous week, and that you got something really fun planned for the weekend. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I hope it's lovely for whatever it is you're planning on doing. And I'll see you all soon, so you take care. Bye! If I can make it stop recording, that is. I don't know how.